Greetings. G. Upper Palmer here, and welcome to the Purpose Studio. I am so excited about getting this off the ground. You can't imagine how excited I am about this because it allows me to be more freely in how I want to approach some things uh, in a more spiritual sense. It's like what I said, where spirituality has a new spirit. And what we try to do here is to present spirituality in the sense that I can talk more freely because I don't want to. I have other stations that I try to be to separate the difference between this station and the other stations that I have. Now with this station, I want to be more spiritual. I want to be more direct. And for some people, it may be their cup of tea, and for some it may not. So with that in mind, I try to separate this channel from the other channels so that people can get a better understanding, a better feel for for what we're doing, and maybe one is a better cup of tea for them than the other. So I'm trying to be all things to all people in a sense. Try to meet the needs as many as possible. You're not going to meet the needs of everyone, that's for sure. But our attempt is to try to reach people, not to offend those that may be offended by one approach as opposed to another. So I'm happy. I'm happy with this new platform. Now, if you would be so kind, what I would need you to do, because we are streaming on several platforms, if you would help me by first liking, sharing, and hitting the notification bell. Liking, sharing, and hitting the notification bell. That would be helpful to help us to get the message of what we're going to be talking about. Because this is Purpose Sphere. And here on the Purpose Sphere, we're going to be talking about the theory of purposeology. We're going to be talking about how purpose is, um, how to go about finding, how to go about focusing, how to go about bringing into fruition, forming and bringing into fruition our individual purpose. So we're going to be looking at purpose in very what I call uh, purposeology, which is a spiritual scientific methodology of us being able to find our individual purpose. Because the truth of the matter is, most people don't really purpose. They say they do, but they really don't. Now, people want to know, well, where do you get your credentials? Where do you get? It's not even about credentials. It's about a voice, and it's about an ear to hear. So if you need credentials for me, I have credentials, but that's not what this is about. If you need credentials, then this isn't the station for you. This isn't the channel for you. If you need someone to legitimize themselves, rather than hearing something, hearing is more important because you can have credentials and what they're saying is not worth hearing. So it's important to hear. It's not about credentials, it's about hearing. And it's different than listening. Some people will prefer to listen than hear. Hearing is, it takes the whole human. It takes spirit, soul, and body. It takes your intellect, it takes your biological functions of the ear, and it also takes your spirit in order for you to align those other two, in order to synchronize and to connect with the source of where that message is coming from, so that you can get and accurate understanding. Because it's important that we have accurate understanding as to where that message is coming from and to whom it's for. And if it's not for you, then it's not for you. But if it's not for you, doesn't mean it's not for someone. So it's not a matter of me trying to prove anything to anyone, because that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to prove anything. I'm here to just share with what we need to go and share with other people. So that's enough of that. I'm not going to do this ever again. I'm only doing this because this is our first broadcast on the station. We've been wanting to do this for a while and get this station underway, and we've had a lot of things that that have been taking my time away because I've been extremely busy. We have several other channels. We're trying to get another channel up and running. Um, Contracts and and other things that are going on, new clients that are looking for coaching. There's so much going on that I'm extremely busy. But this is important. This is something that has to take precedence and has to take priority. And so I'm here. I'm here, and I'm going to start today's session. What I want to talk about is purpose. And the thing about purpose is I want to answer some questions, and I'm going to start the broadcast by asking certain questions like, what is purpose? What is it? You know, we hear about purpose all the time. I hear people say that, oh, find your purpose. Purpose is important. Yes, it is. But what is it? What is purpose? What is it supposed to do? What does it bring? What, give me the what's about purpose. Well, I'm going to try to do a few of those things here on this broadcast, but we're not going to be able to do it all in one section because the bottom line is faith comes by hearing. You're going to hear, but you're going to have to hear over and over again because, as I've said before on other channels, repetition is the seed of learning. It's the seed of learning. So as we continue to hear and water and progress, we'll begin to hear more, understand more, and to have and gain a greater and greater wisdom in a specific area. So when it comes to purpose, you're going to hear me repeat things over and over again. It's not because I don't think you got it, and maybe you don't, but at the same token, there are other people that are tuning in for the first time. So it's not about just ourselves. It's about those that are coming alongside us. So you'll hear me say some things, and if you've heard it before, great. I applaud you. And if you can remember those things and rehearse those things, and then help others understand those very same things, then we know that you've learned and that you've heard. Okay, so it's important that you be able to do it. So, what is purpose? Purpose is the reason for a thing. Purpose is the reason a thing has come into existence. Now, I like to use some pretty concrete kinds of examples because if we do that, it enables us to be able to connect some things. And so, if a manufacturer makes a product, the manufacturer who made the product had in mind what was the purpose of the thing, the product, before the product was made. It had to have an idea. The manufacturer had to have an idea and a plan to bring that particular product online and what it was supposed to do, okay? How it can benefit, okay, the the the, the, the people or the uh, I guess the best way to say it is those that would buy the product, the consumers. So so what the manufacturer wants to do is ensure that the product meets the needs of the consumer, if you will, and the consumer is able to benefit the most from the product. So what is the manufacturer have in mind whenever they build something? Whenever they build, whenever a manufacturer is building something, they see a need. They see a need, and the product is to meet the need that the manufacturer sees as being imperative, very important. So when what is the purpose? Purpose is the identified need of the manufacturer and is the ascribed meaning of that need of the product. So purpose is the idea that the manufacturer had to meet the need of the consumer by the product. So when we as individuals, as product, come here, we have already in our mind, in our being, in our CPU. Likening us to computers, if you would, and we have a CPU, and that CPU it comes with us, and that CPU is partly our purpose, and that purpose is in the background, always working, operating and functioning in order for us to fulfill the needs of the manufacturer who sent us. That's right. You are not an accident. I don't care how you got here. I don't care if you were a one night stand, were you a violation, were you unplanned, were you planned. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is you came to meet a need. Your need was encoded in you before you got here. Before your parents, you were gleaming your parents' eyes, you were encoded to be here to meet a need because the manufacturer or the creator saw a need for you to meet a certain need of this particular dimension. So you're not an accident. You're not a mistake, even no matter how you got here. You have something that you and only you can do. You have something, you have an assignment that only you can fulfill. You have a mission that's only yours, no one else's. So it's important for you to understand how important you are in the broad scheme of things. There's no one like you. Your importance is insurmountable. We're looking for answers. You are an answer. And if all of us would begin to see and to understand that we are an individual answer to an individual problem, we'll begin to answer the problems of our community, culture, and clan. But what we want to do, so many of us want to entertain. You're not here to entertain. You're here to solve a problem. You are a solution to a problem. You are a masterpiece that has been created to answer a need that we have in this dimension. And no one else can do it. But it's not about entertainment. Entertainment is good. It has its place. But the bottom line is, and for some that very well may be the place where which they begin to find purpose. But purpose is more of not entertainment, but answering a problem. Entertainment doesn't answer problems. It entertains and allows us to be distracted from problems. So what we want to do is we want to find the problem that we're supposed to answer and go about being the answer that we're supposed to be. So what is purpose? Purpose is the reason why you're here. Purpose is the reason that you were sent. Purpose is the reason, is the very answer that you hold to the question that you were sent to answer. There's no one like you. Never was, isn't now, and never will be. You are one of a kind. Now the question is, what is purpose? I hope that answers some of it for you. Now we're going to continue to answer that over and over again. And we're going to keep coming back to it over and over again. So I'm just going to leave that there for this particular time. And to say that purpose is the reason you were born. So as long as we understand that, it's a good jumping off point. So the next question is, why is purpose important? And I alluded to it just a minute ago. The reason why purpose is important is because purpose gives solutions to the problems that we find here on earth. Now, what we've got to understand is humanity was given this domain to have dominion. Now, dominion means that we are to reign and to rule in it. Now, dominion doesn't mean that we reign and rule over people because we were never created to reign and have dominion over people. You're not sent here to rule people. What we are sent here to do is to rule in our specific domain. And what is that? Our area of purpose. We're sent here to master our area of purpose and to help send that forth into this domain and to answer the question that we're supposed to answer in order for this place, for us as humanity, to have greater dominion in this particular realm. And when we start talking about purpose, one thing that I really want to mention is that there is two types of purpose. There is an individual, and then there is a generalized. The generalized purpose is the dominion that we as individuals have. The individual purpose is the individual purpose that you were sent to help establish and to that dominion that we have through general purpose. So you have a specific area within general purpose to help us to bring about the wholeness of dominion that we have on earth. And so how do we do that? Each person, if we master our area of purpose, our area of dominion, our area of domain, we will master this whole called earth, this sphere in which we are in. But what we've got to learn to do is to understand that you are sent with a specific purpose. Why is purpose important? Because it answers the questions that we so search for. Many of us are looking for politicians. We're looking for celebrities. We're looking for athletes. We're looking for civil rights activists. We're looking for we're looking for YouTubers. We're looking for all these people to find answers, and we should in certain areas. But what we've got to do is not so much look for answers as we should go about being an answer. As we continue to be about an answer, we, all the other things become irrelevant to what you're supposed to do. Because whatever you're supposed to do is being answered, whatever else is supposed that's outside of your boundaries are not areas of your concern. They're areas of those who are sent to answer those areas. And so if we focus on the area that we're supposed to be focused on, the specific purpose and reason we're sent, we won't have to be concerned about the extraneous. So it's important. Why is purpose important? It's important because it's the most important thing that you as an individual can fulfill. Your purpose is the most important thing that you can fulfill. It's the reason that you're sent. So purpose is, and see, why is purpose important? Purpose is not a religious ideology, but spiritual truth. I'll say that again. Purpose is not religious ideology, but spiritual truth. There's a difference between ideology and truth, right? Truth is unconditional. Ideology is conditional because there is boundaries. If you don't believe this certain way within these boundaries, this particular ideology, you are not one of us. But spirituality speaks to truth, which encompasses us all. It includes all of us and excludes no one. So it's important that we value truth. And the truth is, you are an answer. You are an answer to a specific problem. Now, it's important for us to understand who has purpose. Each and every one of us that comes into this sphere comes as a result of purpose. So, who has purpose? When you come to this planet, it is indicative that you have purpose. Some people say, well, I don't know what it is. That's what we want to help you find. That's what we want to do through this channel, is to help you find purpose. Because do this. Do that. As long as you have breath in your body, you still have an opportunity to find, focus, form, and bring into fruition your individual purpose. As long as there's breath in your body, I don't care how old you are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Age has nothing to do with purpose. What has to do with purpose more than anything is you finding, focusing, forming, and bringing into fruition. And as you do those things, the productivity of your life will be immeasurable. And the very things that you're looking for in life will come into fruition. The very things that you're looking for: fulfillment, happiness, productivity, prosperity. The very things that you're looking for are found in your purpose. But what is purpose? I hear people talk about purpose is my passion. No, it's not. Purpose is not your passion. And I'm going to share some things about that as we go along. And I'm going to show you an example of why passion is not your purpose. Purpose and passion are separate. They are not the same thing. That's not what I want to talk about. Who has purpose? You have purpose by virtue of the fact that you're born. By virtue of the fact that you have breath in your body. Says that purpose is not done, not completed, maybe not even realized, but it's not fulfilled. So many people live a life without ever realizing that they never really lived. Because the only way that you can really live is that you've found your purpose and you begin to bring that into realization in this sphere. Because we need what you have. No one else has it. No one else has it. No will. And so it becomes imperative that you fulfill your purpose. Let me show you some things about purpose that's very, very important as well. And so who has it? Everyone who's born. Everyone that comes into this sphere. Everyone that and when you come to this sphere and you have purpose, that means you have meaningfulness. That means you have importance. You are important. Now, some people may not be able to see that. Some people will try to diminish that. But by virtue of you having breath in your body, says that you are important. You have something to contribute. And because you have something to contribute to this sphere, says that you are incredibly, incredibly important and a masterpiece. So, how does one access purpose? Is the next question. How do you access it? Because if we come here with purpose, and purpose is in our CPU, how do we activate purpose in this area in which we live? How do we go about implementing it? Well, first of all, in order for us to access, we have to understand what it is. Many of us do not know what our purpose is. And so that's what purposeology is. Purposeology is a spiritual methodology to help you find individual purpose. But how does we, so that's how we find it. We find it through purpose and purposeology, through understanding that purposeology helps us to locate the very concepts necessary for us to identify our individual purpose that everyone has. Everyone has. Everyone has. So it behooves us to gain a better understanding of what purposeology is. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to place in the description our website that will allow you to go and to begin to gain a little bit more knowledge and understanding of what purposeology is through our website. So I'll give you a couple websites that you can go to. And so in those websites, you'll find information, you'll find literature, material that you can access in order to um, gain a better understanding. Now, one thing I want to share with you is that we're having we're putting on here at the first of the month. We're still moving toward it. Um, the 1st of April, we're looking at offering a free online course. We're putting it together now, and we're looking to offer it at the beginning of this month, but we had some setbacks. Again, I have a lot of things going on, so we're looking at starting in April to have a free online course. And this free online course is going to answer 6 specific questions that everyone must answer. 6 questions everyone must answer. In that, we're going to not only answer 6 questions, we're going to give you a free book, right? And we're going to give you a free assessment tool to help you move to the next step if that's what you choose to do with our online course. So I'm excited. We have a lot of things going on that's taking up a lot of my time, a lot of my time. And once again, if you would please like, share, and hit the notification bell. Please like, share, and hit the notification bell. We need your uh, and we need you to subscribe. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We need you to be a part of what we're doing because what we're doing is helping people better our community, our culture, and our clan. And we're going to explain those three concepts too, because those are three areas that need to be understood. Because so much of what we're trying to do is to better ourselves. Because what we want to do is we want to promote, self promote, and we want to glorify and glamorize ourselves. When in all actuality, what you sit here and what I'm sitting here to do is to serve. If we serve, if we serve, we will first serve our community. We will invoke change in the community in which we find ourselves. Those communities change by virtue of where we find ourselves. That community may be, it may be on our jobs, or it may be in our business. It may be in social community. It may, whatever communities you find yourself. It may be religious communities. Whatever community you find yourself in and involved with, you provide something. You provide change. You are a change agent once you find purpose. So when we come as a change agent in our community, knowing purpose, we invoke change. Culture. One of the strongest influences to any community is its culture. Its culture dictates what is and what isn't fashionable, what is or what is not appropriate, what is or is not acceptable. Culture dictates the operation, the movement of a community, of a society, of a country, and there are people who dictate that. Some of these people that are dictating within our culture what is and what isn't appropriate, what is and what isn't, what is and what isn't fashionable, what is and what isn't stylish, or whatever. You want how you. Some of these people have no sense of community, no sense of culture. What they want is power. And so what we got to understand is culture is power, but the power that you have been given is not yours to wear or to wage or to fling around. No, it's not yours. It's not mine. What this power and this influence that we have comes from the source that has sent us with this purpose. And as long as we are operating within this purpose, we will be able to influence our culture. Now, third is our clan. Now, clan changes. A lot of times we think clan has to do with those that have the same bloodline with us. And not always is that so. Because people in your clan, in your bloodline, aren't necessarily a part of your clan. Sometimes the very clan of yours are people outside of your bloodline. It can include people in your bloodline, but it doesn't necessarily have to be those. So what we have to do is understand that clan represents not only those in our bloodline, but those that are outside our bloodline that would hear us, that would hear the message that you have, that would take part in that very purpose that you're sent here to to birth. So who does how do we get the access? How do we get through understanding community culture and clan? And as we understand what we're supposed to be doing, and as we understand what we bring, we'll better understand that, that this is how we get access. Our purpose. Purpose is not about you. It's about the community, culture, and the clan. Always remember that. It's very, very important. Where do I go from here? Is the next question. Where do I go from here? Well, that's a great, great question. And I want to help answer that question because I think that it's one that most people get stuck with. And it is this: you have to know where to go where you are. Because if you don't know where to go next, you'll just stay where you are. And many people stay where they are thinking that this is it, and it's not. You're here where you are at this particular juncture because you haven't gained the awareness of where to go next. And maybe you were given the suggestions of where to go next, but you resisted those suggestions because it sounds unlike anything that you've heard before. Because you think that you've heard all that you need to hear already, and you haven't. Because the universe is full of knowledge, full of understanding, and enabling us to continue to move forward. But to think that you've received it all just in that little bit of time of whatever, however many years you've been on this earth, to think that you've gotten it all is the biggest mistake that we could ever make. We have to be open. We have to be honest and willing to continue to grow, to expand, to extend, and to elevate. And if we're not, then you will not be able to realize purpose. And if you're not able to realize purpose, then you are no longer useful in this domain. And to be useful in this domain means that you have to be growing and pushing forward in purpose. Whether even if it means to even be learning about purpose, means that you're moving towards something different. But you have to be willing to elevate. You've got to be willing to extend and expand. Many of us aren't. We think we've gotten it all, but you haven't. So where do you go from here? I would say this. If you hear me and you hear what I'm saying in this particular place, in this particular time, I would say that what you need to do is to go to the description box, go to the website, give us your information so that we can reach out to you and share with you what you're supposed to do next. And if the second thing, where do you go from here? I would say that you should enroll in our free online course. Those are the two things that I would say that you should do. Not extremely difficult. Oh, one more thing that I think that is important: that you subscribe, that you like, and you share, and hit the notification bell on our YouTube station. And our YouTube station is the Theory of Purposeology. It's all one word: the Theory of Purposeology. That's our YouTube station. That's also our station on StreamYard. That's also our station on Twitter. That's also our handle on Twitter and on Facebook. On all the Theory of Purposeology. You can reach us on all of them. And so I want to encourage you to reach out. And this is going to be a short introductory kind of broadcast because I want you to know what you need to do next. You need to go and do those things. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell on our YouTube. I want you to go to our Facebook. Uh, it's called the Theory of Purposeology, and that whole title will also be in the description, so you can know what it looks like. Our email, you can hit us at our email at the Theory of Purposeology at gmail.com. You can hit us there. Everything is the Theory of Purposeology. Okay, and so we have on every platform, whether that be Twitter, whether that be LinkedIn, whether that be Facebook, whether that be YouTube, and I want you to go to our website. Go to our website again in the description area, in the description um, below, and also we're going to share with you how to go about getting involved with our free, as I said free, our free online course that we're going to be giving starting on the 1st of April. 1st of April. There's so much going on, so much going through our minds. Really a lot. Okay, but anyway, in closing, I want to thank you for joining me on this broadcast, and I want to invite you to some of our other broadcasts. We have another broadcast that's called the Red Hot Mic, and the Red Hot Mic is a different approach. I use a different approach because I'm talking to a different audience than this audience here. And what we're going to be delving into some things a little more spiritual as we go along. on this channel. That's a little different approach than on the Red Hot Mic. But I want you to come over there as well and join us there. But I want to close here, and in close, I want you to remember what it says behind me. Purpose makes you super natural. Until next time, and I am out. Peace.